The young men played their hearts out. I kept telling them last week was an anomaly, and I asked them in the meeting, and one kid knew what it meant, a freak of nature. And I still, like I said after the game, I believe in this team. I think this team will win a lot of football games. And that's just one. We haven't done that since we've been here, just kind of put a team away really early and physically dominate. We physically dominated last week. We physically dominated again this week. And I'm really proud of these young men and how they keep fighting and how they keep persevering. You know, I keep saying we're stronger, we're more physical, and I think that's showing up. We're in phenomenal condition. The last two teams we've worn down. But today we were able to not shoot ourselves in the foot, and we're able to take advantage of some situations and finish the game off. I was really, really proud of the entire team and their effort. Our coaching staff did a phenomenal job of keeping the kids up, keeping them positive, keeping them focused. I think they are, well, I don't think, I know they're starting to believe in themselves. You know, I've been believing in them for a while, but they have to grow up and do it themselves, and I believe that they're definitely doing that. We rushed for 390 yards, which was awesome. And so I'm excited about our rushing attack. We added another guy to the fold. We'll keep rotating them in and out as many plays as we ran. We ran them down and sticking fresh backs in there. They all ran well, and I was really excited with what they did. So I'll take any questions at this time.
Mike, you mentioned the other day that any win was going to be a good win.
Yes.
But to win like this and have a good performance for 4 quarters and on both sides of the ball, how badly was that needed?
Well, I would have taken a 1-point win, of course. But doing what we did showed, I think it showed, they started just kept believing. And when you get them down, put them away. Last year we got up on a few people and didn't put them away. And even this team came back on it. They got up on us and we went up on them and they came right back at the end and it was a nail biter. So I think that they're starting to learn how to do that. And we have more depth and we're more physical and we're stronger. We don't wear out as quick. And they've been there before, so they don't let up at all. They keep the pedal down.
Coach, when it was 14-14, did you kind of feel that your team settled down and kind of got in a groove for the rest of the game and kind of the result was what you saw?
After we got the interception by Ryan Moeller, the game completely changed. And I think that was big. They have one there, like fourth at about a foot on our 40, on their 40 that I decided not to go for. And then we had the bad punt, and that kind of gave them some momentum. But if I go for it right there that early in the game, we get stuffed. So I think the right thing was to punt there. And then they got them a little momentum. They hit us on a wheel route. Ryan Moeller got beat on that. He collected himself, and then he made the great play in the end zone. I think that kind of changed the tone. And then we went down and scored again. Did a good job at the end of the half.
Coach, it's one thing to say that your running game is good, but it's another to get 390 yards on the ground. What led to such a huge number?
Well, our offensive line is doing a phenomenal job of staying on the blocks. And our running backs, if you notice, they're not hesitating. They're hitting and cutting and going. And they're fast and athletic. CP is a little different. He's so physical that he runs through some of those instead of running by them. And then he made a great run. And then, Cepho's doing a great job of, we look at stuff going into every game, and he looks at, and he'll check. You see the back move sometimes, and then we run the ball the other way or whatever. He's checking all that. And sometimes he'll even check to a pass. So he's doing a good job, really good job on that. And I think also the threat of him being able to run has helped us because he's able to run it now. And he's making some really good plays with his feet on passing situations. We got to protect him a little better. But he's getting out of that and making good runs, and he's able to run the ball for first downs too on some power plays. He's a big boy.
When you mentioned the Moeller's
Yes, sir.
and everything, as you try to build a program, to have somebody that's from a small high school program, walk on, does that reinforce your belief that it can be done?
Yes, it does. And at halftime they asked me, said, I kind of hit my knees when he made the pick. And I was just excited for him, and I knew that was such a big play for us. And so they asked me at halftime when I was walking off, I said, you kind of hit your knees there. I said, yeah, Ryan Moeller, they're all special. I mean, Ryan Moeller is such a special young man. Anytime a guy who lived and breathed and leading rusher in the state of Colorado, we don't give him a scholarship when I first get here. I'm not sure how good he is. And so he walks on and he pushes himself and he gets a scholarship and ends up starting. And he got beat earlier in the game on a wheel route. And I just said, hey, calm down. I screwed it up. I said, you'll come back. You'll come back. He comes back and makes that play. That shows you the maturity factor of him and the effort of him. And I think that shows you a little bit about our team. I really do.
There's a guy that could have given up saying, hey.
No doubt he could have given up. No doubt. He has great parents, great support. He loves the University of Colorado. He loves the state of Colorado. And if there's another guy out there on the western slope again that I think that dominates like a Ryan Moeller, I'll know to sign him next time. Because if I know that he has the same heart Ryan Moeller has.
Like you talked about Ryan, the reception. Before that, obviously, was the targeting.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that at all?
Yeah, there was a great hit, and the top of he hit him with the shoulder, but the top of his helmet hit right underneath his chin. So they called it that. So Afalabi had to sit, and he handled it well. That's a tough thing. You know, back when I played, which is a long time ago, they would have been applauding us and cheering us. I would have got the Hammer Award and been celebrated on. Now it's changed. And he didn't try to really, it didn't look like he tried to target him. The ball's up here, so he's trying to get the ball. It's a hard deal. I mean, it's a bang-bang play. But that's the call they made, so I stand by that call. We want to protect everyone.
Have you had a chance to look at it?
I just looked at it on the video
So it
in
looked
the
legit
board.
based on what-
Well, I saw the top of his crown hit underneath his chin, so it was close enough. But you could tell he was trying to do like that. But it's hard. It's a tough deal.
So basically, do you just tell them, hey, just don't worry about it, just go ahead and do it the same way? It was kind of
Well, I would try to tell him to hit lower. The problem is when the ball's thrown up here, you're trying to dislodge the ball too, especially at the goal line. Because you hit him low and he kind of falls down the goal, and you're like, why didn't you knock the ball loose? So you'd like to have him go with his hands and do all that, but those are bang-bang plays. They're hard. I mean, they're hard. I'm glad the young man's okay. I'm glad Afalabi's okay. The main thing is those kids are okay. But you got to tell them to go play football, because if they're hesitant, then they also can get hurt being hesitant.
That could have been a huge thing for UMass, giving them the first and goal. You get a
Yeah.
player kicked out, but you guys really.
That's when we rallied and we got the pick.
How big do you think that play was?
I'm saying it was big. It was big. It's a big play.
Lee Walker has a huge block opening up
Yeah.
for Christian Powell. Nelson said that's maybe the most fired up he's ever seen you. What was it about that play that brought it out?
Well, Lee's a young man who we signed in a January situation where he was going to go to another school, and it got all messed up, and we kept recruiting him. And he comes from a single-parent home, and he's come here, and I've watched. I even made a statement this week. Lee, I've watched you grow up. You're finally grown up. You're finally turning into a man, and stop doing his knucklehead stuff. And that's all part of it. We've all done that, and it's just so awesome to see that. In his role, he doesn't play a lot, but we're at Hawaii, and I turned around at Hawaii in the fourth quarter. You know who's running up and down the sidelines trying to get everybody up, swinging a towel? Lee Walker. And he epitomizes that fight. And he believes in us, and we're helping him be the man he's going to be, the great father, the great husband he's going to be one day. And he's also going to be a great football player before he leaves here. He's only a freshman. And just knowing his role, he wasn't probably going to get the ball thrown to him, but he goes and makes a phenomenal block and pancakes the dude. That's hard to do. And springs a touchdown. I was really, really excited to see that, because that's another guy playing a role with all he's got.
Is that the type of play that separates a winning team from a losing team?
Yeah, it is. Down the field blocks, we've been working on that. It also separates being a really good running team, because you got to make down the field blocks. They get by the line of scrimmage, they trip us a 10-yard run. They can make a block like that, it's a 40-yard run. And those little things are what makes the difference in really, truly winning and losing consistently.
A month ago, did you see this team as somebody that's going to be able to dominate on the ground?
Yeah. I did. I thought we had enough running backs. I thought our line was more physical. Our defensive line is more physical. So when you go against the same thing in practice, you get better. If you're going against people that aren't very good and not very physical, you don't get any better. Then when you play a physical team, they kick your butt. So we're more physical as a team, which is helping us.
What's the significance of putting a game like this together against a team as mature as UMass is?
I think it's really big for us because we haven't done it before. So those kids can put that as a benchmark. Hey, we can do this, and we can do this consistently. So we need to. It's just one game, though. It's just one game. It really is. But it's one good one.
Christian Powell's another guy that his last carry against Hawaii was a pretty big fumble.
Yep.
For him to come back to and have this day.
Christian's a great leader. He's on our leadership council. He was one of the captains today. And I knew he would bounce back. He's really never fumbled before for us, except for that one situation. It was a bad timing. But I'm really proud of Christian, and he brings a different dynamic in our running game. But I think we got 4 guys that are good runners.
Coach, I think a big theme, or I guess at the same time problem of last week's game is what you would describe as bonehead mistakes.
Uh-huh.
So how good does it feel to just see a team do a complete 180 and come out here and just dominate the University of Massachusetts in pretty much every way?
It's good because we kept talking to them about, if you can correct those things and come ready to play. Come with a little chip on your shoulder every week and understand that, winning in football is fun. If you're not winning, it's not that fun. And you got to find ways to win. And we show them that. And I just think we kind of said this is a draw a line in the sand week. We're not going to take it anymore. And I was hoping they would do that. They really did better than I thought they would do. I thought that we definitely beat them, but I didn't know if we would dominate them that well. And I'm glad we did. And it shows that they can do that consistently.
You got your second team a lot of reps there at the
Yep.
end of the game, some freshmen, some sophomores playing. How important is that to your team going forward that you have some more experienced guys now?
Well, it's always important to get them out there. Number one, it helps morale because they've been practicing and they don't get out there. So now they get out there and play. They understand, they've kind of tasted it. So now they'll listen a little bit better in the meetings. Not saying they didn't listen good before, but they understand how fun it is, the experience of it. And it's good to get them out there and kind of get their feet wet. And it was fun to play some guys that were on our show team, that's all they do all week. It was really fun to see Ed Caldwell and Vinny Arrivi out there playing. They're really great guys on our team. And those type of things are a lot of fun it lifts the whole morale of the team.
A couple more, Coach. In my experience as coach, usually coaches give players like 24 hours to enjoy a victory. But Nelson was just in here, and he's already shifted his mind towards the Mile High Showdown. Where do you stand with that?
I was teasing with the staff in the locker room, but it's true for a coach, and it's really true for a player. I said, well, that keeps the bricks off our back for about 30 seconds, and here we go again. It's a big game next Saturday. I let our guys enjoy this tonight, but I'm already, as soon as that CSU, I'm going to go watch the last part of it, and I'll watch it again tonight before I go to bed, and we'll be on it tomorrow morning, and I'll go to church tonight, but after that I'll go. So that's a huge game for us, a huge game, and that's a fun game. I enjoy playing in that game. I haven't enjoyed it for the last 365 days, though, I tell you that much.
Nelson didn't really make a big deal about setting the catch record. He said he didn't even know until his task guy told him. So do you ever
I just found out.
You just found out?
I should have known before that. Where's Platty? We got to get on Platty. Platty didn't let me know that. Okay, and so that's awesome, and he deserves it. And he's a heck of a football player, and he's going to make a lot of plays this year, and he's doing well. That run he made for the touchdown was an incredible run. It really was. He's really getting good at that.
Coach, I was just going to say, I think today's game can be summarized just by saying that the CU football team wanted it more. University of Massachusetts, you guys played a hungry football team that really believes that last year was their game that you guys kind of snatched away. How did you get the players to the level to just overcome such a hungry and intense team?
Well, I think it's a process. I just think they're maturing. And we got to do it again next week or we'll have a bad taste in our mouth again. I think they're tired of having bad taste in their mouth. I think they work too hard. We work too hard. We're away from our families too much to not win football games. And they're starting to understand that you put the person first, which they know we do, and once they start realizing how much we believe in them, I think we'll keep seeing these results. And I know it's just one game, but I tell you, I believe in this football team. I believe in these young men.
All right, anything else, Coach?
All right, thank you.